Well, as I mentioned, it's being mindful and really, thinking about it every day. There's several ways of doing it. As I mentioned, the food supply is the reason I went with food at first is because we eat every single day, 3 times a day or more or less, depending on who you are. But really, so it's about our habits, and then traveling is the second biggest thing. We travel every day, so I won't say I don't want to say that public transport is a solution, but definitely a bicycle is a big thing if it's possible. Now, our former mayor in Gatineau, where I live, used to say, "We're not investing in roads because everybody should be riding a bike." Well, that's a good point, and a lot of people should and could be riding a bike, but you're not going to bring your kids to school on a bicycle. So we gotta, it's just about being mindful and trying to do little steps. We all can do little steps, and our consumer behavior. We don't need an iPhone every year and a half, and if we can just stretch it a little bit. So it's really our consumer behavior that we can all change and just be mindful and understand that every little step does help. There's 8 billion of us on this planet, and so if everybody did a little bit better, it'd make a big difference. Of course, recycling, composting. We because of the farm, we started making our own compost and realized that it's easy to do. It reduces the waste a lot, and it makes plants grow crazy. Like, we've had so much success with our organic compost in the garden. It's unbelievable. Even the permaculture expert we hired, when he came to saw our harvest, he was completely floored by how much produce we were able to produce. We had over 400 cucumbers in the garden. We still have hundreds of squashes, butternut squash, acorn squash, delicata squash. We have a larder full, and that was our goal, right? And we figured we got to have enough food for us, for all our group, for the whole year. So we've spent a lot of time jarring and preserving and freezing, and it's a lot of work, but everybody can do it, and it's fun. Every weekend I just hang my coat and take my shoes off, go spend some time in the garden. It's incredibly healthy, makes you feel good, and then the food just tastes so much better. That's the big thing, and unfortunately, it's nature dependent. So wind and solar is always going to have those issues. Again, storing the energy. I think one of the big solutions is creating green hydrogen with the renewable energy, because then once green hydrogen is basically a way of bottling the energy. Once the energy is bottled, then it can be reused. But again, the problem is you lose energy in the process of making it, and you lose energy in the process of uncreating it. So basically, hydrogen doesn't occur naturally in this world. So you need to create it, and then when you uncreate it, that's where you get the energy. It's a better alternative to batteries, but ultimately, the battery technology is getting better, and we will see advancements in there. But as far as improvements in wind and solar, technologies do get better, and there's always new ways. I just read last week that nanotechnology in the new solar panels is really a quantum technology in solar panels is happening. I'm not too sure exactly what that means, but apparently it's increasing the efficiency. The reality is we also need to make it more robust and easier to recycle, but ultimately there are limits. There are limits set by physics, so there's no way around physics. Is a very, very good point. Great question. It is a big challenge. So, it's about doing the research, not believing what's advertised, and really looking into what's actually being done. The politicians are guilty of doing that as well. You know, they just, here's the solution, vote for me, and then next thing you know, oh, we changed our mind. So doing your own research, looking at the studies, listening to experts, and looking at both sides of the coin, right? If they're promoting something, then we got to listen to what the others are saying. And the good news is, you know, the experts are coming out with the information. It's also being, you know, always being cautious and second guessing everything. You know, I don't want to open that can of worm, but if we waited a little bit longer to have the studies on the vaccines, then less people would have probably taken it, especially in our generation, just because now we have the information. Well, now it's too late for a lot of people, but you know, second guessing and not listening to what's being told with just, okay, I'm being fed, I'm going to eat what's on the plate. And food is the same way, right? If you don't look at what's inside your food and you eat McDonald's every day, well, don't wonder why your health is an issue. So it's really about doing your own research and looking at, don't look at mainstream media. Well, you can look at it and then do your own research. Definitely. We want to tell our kids again to do the research and to listen to what we're doing, but also it's about changing the way we do things. And it starts with us. The kids will follow what we're doing as parents. So, you know, our garden has many children running around in it barefoot, and they absolutely love it. And we teach them, you know, that, you know, and it's also, it's, you know, educating other people as well. You know, our friends, we all spend so much time with our people, our friends, and, you know, talking about not meaningful things when we could be sharing, you know, what we've learned and a lot of the information that is available and is being shared. So really, I would say it's about just doing our part, and then the kids will follow. That's a very good question. You know, right now they're pushing on wind and solar as a solution, floating wind. Canada just signed a treaty with Germany to export green hydrogen to Germany. So definitely, you know, investing in renewable energy is important, but also, you know, looking at the reality of things. And we're still going to be burning fossil fuel for the next 100 years. We're still going to be extracting fossil fuel for the next 100 years, simply because even if we had all the electricity in the world produced by green energy, we'd still need fossil fuel for everything else. This blade is made of plastic. The clothes we wear are made out of polyester. The furniture, the building materials, everything requires fossil fuel. Our whole industry is built on it, and the reality is there are a lot of hydrocarbons left on this planet. So it's a matter of extracting them the right way, doing it in a green way. So as an example, our ocean system, as I shown the photo, our low-hanging fruit is powering oil drilling ship. Sounds counterintuitive, but really these drilling ships burn $250,000 worth of fuel every day to power their operations, just their mining operations. So if we can supplement or reduce their carbon footprint as they're digging for oil, well, it's part of the battle. It's part of the battle is doing what we're doing better, doing what we're doing more efficiently. We've seen a lot of people reduce their energy usage, but there's still a bunch of people still using incandescent light bulbs. They use 150 watts versus a 10-watt LED light bulb. Also, the LED light bulb does last longer than the incandescent bulb. So, you know, it's about doing everything we can. And so that's what the government should be doing, is basically educating the people and going door to door to make sure that everybody's optimizing, and they're doing that. I remember years back, somebody came to our house and looked at how we could be more efficient and you know, lose less energy in heating. And so that's really the key is to upgrade our infrastructure and starting with everybody, just being more mindful of our energy consumption, turning off lights, turning off fans, using nature, open the window instead of the AC if it's cold outside. So, things like that.
Here for an interesting one. This question is in French, so feel free, if you can, respond in French. I'll give it my best shot. Please pardon my Alberta French. It's a little rusty, but I'll give it my best shot here. So vous semblez croire que toute énergie a des avantages et des inconvénients. Que direz-vous à ceux qui sont passionnément anti-nucléaire ou anti-énergie fossile ou anti-éolien?
La réponse la plus simple, c'est vraiment, on a un besoin grandissant d'énergie. Que ça soit d'une manière ou d'une autre, on a besoin d'avoir plus de production d'une manière ou d'une autre. Donc, les gens qui sont complètement opposés aux fossil fuels, au nucléaire, ben, c'est plate à dire, mais ces gens-là devraient faire un peu de recherche. Le nucléaire est vraiment safe. There's a very good mini-series called Chernobyl. Anybody that's not seen this should absolutely listen to it. C'est la mini-série de Tchernobyl qui explique qu'est-ce qui s'est passé quand le réacteur en Ukraine a explosé. Donc, ça l'aide à comprendre comment le processus fonctionne. A lot of people are worried that it's dangerous and that, because nuclear energy and nuclear weapons, people mix them up. You can't blow up uranium, doesn't blow up like plutonium. So plutonium is nuclear weapon, uranium is fuel. So it's important to do the difference in between. Nuclear energy doesn't mean nuclear weapon. Explosions, it's happened twice in the world, once in Chernobyl. And if you watch the mini, I won't give it up, but it explains very well what happened and how that created the disaster that it did. And then Fukushima, also that could have been averted. The studies were shown that if an earthquake was to happen, that this nuclear central was very at risk, and it could have been averted again. But money and greed are a big issue in this world, and really that's again going back to solutions. We gotta be careful. At this point in the world, there's a huge amount of corruption, and governments and big businesses are culprits. We have to individually stop fueling that. And just to touch on another point, insurance companies, I was just recently, everybody in our age group is going to go through this, life insurance. Canadians have the most life insurance than anybody else on the planet. And when you buy life insurance, they invest your money into funds that grow your money. Well, when I first opened the discussion with the insurance advisor person, said, oh, well, here, we can put your money here, we can put your money there, or we can put your money here. This is going to give you 6%, this is going to give you 8%, this is going to give you 12%. Well, the question that people don't ask, everybody's going to go, oh, I want 12%. Perfect, sign me up. I want more money. Well, the problem is, if you, and I asked the question, do you look into where they're putting your money? They're putting your money in Apple, Facebook, Microsoft, oil companies. That's what they're doing. They're fueling these big businesses by putting all your money into it. I mean, yeah, it's not much that we're paying monthly for our insurance costs, But if you count for as many people around here and everybody's giving the money to the insurance company, and the insurance companies are giving the money to the big multinational that are causing the issues, well, there's a problem. So I asked her, I said, well, you know what? I'm not interested in 12%. Give me something that I can feel good about investing in. I don't care if I get 4%, but I'd rather put my money to companies that are trying to help and or using it the right way versus the other big companies. And the simple answer was she didn't have any options. She said, oh, we should look into it. So I said, well, talk to your boss and make sure the next time you come talking to my door that you have sustainable investment that we can put my money into. Until then, I'm not interested. But the shift is happening because we talk about it and people are starting to understand and also look second guess, right? She was just, and how many people have fallen for that? Oh yeah, I'll just take the 12%. Thank you. Yeah, just sign me up. I don't care if it's going to BlackRock, right? So asking questions, again, people don't ask enough questions. Be curious about everything.
Such a good point. It is amazing what you can find out by just being curious and asking more questions. Well, thank you so much for joining us today. We certainly have a lot to think on, and I know that I probably have some personal evaluations to make. So definitely appreciate your advice, and I'm super excited to see how Water Rotor continues to develop and as it gets to be more mainstream as well. So it's pretty cool.
Thank you.
So thank you so much, and enjoy the rest of your Thursday. And yeah, I hope to follow along with all the new developments coming up.
That's awesome. Thank you very much. Thanks everybody for watching. Thank you for hosting and all the questions. I really appreciate it. And yeah, follow us. We've got we're all social media. Check it out. We're growing, so it's going to be a nice couple of years ahead, and we're looking forward to producing more power.
Fantastic. We look forward to it as well. We'll definitely check out all your social media.